It's cracking. Get in the comment section. Hit the like button. Let me know what you're thinking, man. It's cracking tonight, man. It is up. It's up tonight. Do y'all want to? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts? Huh? On this situation, man. Where are we? Where are we on this situation? Shout out to Gouchman Low. I want to know what y'all think about this, man. That's what I want to know. I want to know what y'all think about this, because I mean, oh man, they didn't get my S in there. Oh, they gotta get my S. I gotta get my S in there. Here we go. What is cracking? How is everybody doing, man? What is the? Because this thing right here, this fight, this public feud. It has reverberations, man. This is gonna have reverberations throughout that are gonna echo for a long time, man. Let's be honest, man. It's gonna have reverberations that's gonna echo for a long time. You're gonna be able to. I think Candace wants to run for president. I think Candace has aspirations, man. I'm talking about aspirations. I think this is part of her aspirations. I think she has high aspirations. I think she wants to run for president. See, Erika lies a lot. I mean, my thing about Erika Kirk is I never viewed her as a public figure until Charlie Kirk died. You know what I mean? So I never was checking for her. I was never like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even think she wanted to be a public figure even after he died. I think she's the wife. He left the foundation, an organization, and she took control of it. I don't necessarily think she wanted to be a public figure. I think she's been thrust as a public figure because of his notoriety and because of Candace Owens, doing this, exposing her on, a lot of different fronts. And what we won't get into whether it's actually exposing her, actually if she's actually being exposed. And make sure y'all support the channel, man. Take the challenge, hit the like button, subscribe. We going in tonight. Let me put the chat on the screen, man. You said she wanted to be a public figure all along. I mean, how do you know that? How do you know she wanted to be a public figure? I don't know that. All I know is what Candace is giving. Like everything I know about Erika Kirk is from Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? Press 1 if that's you. If everything you know about Erika Kirk is from Candace Owens. And people she's brought on the show, documents she's pulled up, interviews she's done. To me, everything just me personally, everything I know about Erika Kirk is through Candace Owens. So I don't know. I'm just trying to, not be, biased. I'm trying to be Black Columbo. Woo! Damn, Candace Owens. Her birthday's day after my mother's birthday. That's scary, man, because my mother's sharp, man. She's a she's a Taurus. This one's a Taurus. Yikes, she's a bull. Woo! Damn, Erika. Damn, Erika. Yeah. Damn, Erika. You in trouble, girl. Oh man. Damn, Erika. Uh, you said Candace isn't a moron or anything. She's just insane. Yeah, I listen. We're gonna get into some of the stuff, some of the stuff she's been putting out lately. But yeah, this is to me, man. From what I'm seeing, man, it looks to me like Candace is pivoting away from the right, and she's going scorched earth too. She's going scorched earth on the right, man. Candace is like, thank you. We've you know, it's been real. Candace basically telling the right, it's been real. Salute, it's been real. But I gotta, what I'm saying, I gotta get back over here on the left so I can run for president. The only way I can win the presidency is as a Democrat because I'm a black woman. That's my theory, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's my theory. I think a lot of this is burning the right down because she wants to. She know she's ruthless. She knows she has to burn down her potential enemy, people that will be potentially in her way in the future. You know, she is ruthless. Yeah, she, she's. I think Candace Owens knows that. Listen, I got to get away from the right, man. She's been pivoting for a while though, man. I remember who remembers when she was on the Breakfast Club. Around that time, she went on Joe Budden. I think she went on Joe Budden podcast in the Breakfast Club. This was a few years ago. This was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Um, it was about 2 or 3 years ago. This was 2 or 3 years ago. She went on the Breakfast Club, and I was like, wow. So she's trying to mend that fence. Salute to everybody out there, man. We're gonna have a great show tonight, man. We're gonna get it cracking. Miss Berry in the building. Shout out to Anthony Madison. He said, don't care for either of them. You know what, man? Gouch Malo says, salute to Auckland Nation. I'm giving both women a pass for now. Let me get into this. Let me get into this video that she put out yesterday, man. And listen, I'm gonna admit I haven't watched everything, okay? I haven't watched any of this one, but I haven't been watching everything she's been saying for the last since Charlie died, right? I just know she's been going Hamilton on Erika Kirk. I just know that. I don't really know everything she's been saying in particular. Um, but yeah, man, salute, man. We getting the cracking, man, tonight. He said Charlie may return. Yeah, Charlie like Jesus, right? Ain't he like Jesus? Charlie is a God, is this Messiah, man. It's been 3 days, man, but you know, who knows, man? Maybe he's taking his time, man. Charlie will come back, man. Charlie won't come back. Candace gonna be in trouble if Charlie come back. No, he will come back and marry Candace. You know, like, Candace, leave your husband. I've always loved you. I came back because you were the one I should have married. Who thinks Candace would leave her husband if Charlie did that? If Charlie came back and said, Candace, I always wanted to be with you. I'm back now. Let's go. Who thinks Candace would be like, all right, cool, I'm deuces. Tell her husband deuces. Who thinks Candace would tell her husband deuces? Skedaddle. Press what she said in a heartbeat. You said in a heartbeat. She would leave her husband if Charlie came back. Charlie rose from the dead and came back, was like, yo, you're the one I love. Wow, we got to do a poll on that later. You said she gonna leave the kids. God damn. She wrote she gonna leave the kids and everything, right? Charlie come back like, yo, Candace. I mean, people call Charlie gonna be like, oh. He gonna have all the light around him and shit. He gonna just descend from the heavens and shit. Oh. He's like, Candace, I'm back. I've seen what you were doing. You riding for me. And I want to let you know I appreciate it. I've always loved you, Candace. Yo, that'd be crazy. Candace gonna be like, huh? Candace fainting in his arms. He said, gross, Charlie bailed her out. Candace different though, man. Let's see what she said, man. Here, man. Let's see what she's saying here. This is the bride of Charlie Kirk. Who knows?
Okay, you guys, there is a very strange thing happening right now where a young woman with absolutely zero professional qualifications has been inserted at the top of a charity organization that pulled in over $250 million last year. And the media is telling you that you have no right to know or to ask anything about her. The argument.
Wow. Yo, that's coming in hot. She came in hot, yo. She didn't even mention her name. That's crazy. That's another thing. Like, it's a lot here, man. You know, Black Columbo in the building, man. Black Columbo is in the building. Black Columbo's in the building, man. Black Columbo is in the building. Yeah, that was loaded. That was hot, man. She called TPUSA a charity. Then she pocket watched. She talked about their money. That was crazy, man. It doesn't seem like this is unbiased journalism. The way she came in, it sounded like the way CNN would talk about Donald Trump, or CNN would talk about, a Republican. That's what it gave me vibes like that. Like, she came in hot, smoking hot.
Okay, you guys, there is a very strange thing happening right now where a young woman with absolutely zero professional qualifications.
So she lets you know Erika has zero professional qualifications. Damn. She said Erika got zero professional qualifications because Erika was a beauty queen, right? That's what she was, Miss Arizona or something like that. So, but she do got professional qualifications. She Charlie Kirk's wife. That's her qualification to be the head of TV USA. That she Charlie Kirk's wife. I know Candace didn't think he was gonna leave it to her. Like, he was gonna be like, he was gonna write in his will, if I pass, leave TP USA to Candace Owens. Is that what Candace thought, man? Charlie's gonna put her in the will, man. He's gonna leave TP USA to her. Is that what she thought? He said, what qualifications did Candace have to be communications director of TV USA? Yeah, she burned it. I think when Charlie died, she knew she wasn't going to be able to. I think she maybe looked at the way Erika was moving, and she probably was like, I ain't going to be able to I'm going to burn it down. The 48 laws of power say this, man. If there's something that you want but you can't have, show contempt for it. Have you ever heard of that? Have y'all heard of that law? Have y'all ever heard of that law? If there's something that you want but you can't have it, show contempt for it. Ignoring it or destroying it is like the best revenge. Yeah, man. That's 48 laws of power, man. Candace is she's um definitely doing that, man. Definitely power. She's moving with power, man. RIP to Power, the guy who started the Wu-Tang Clan. He passed the other day. Salute to everybody, man. I'm gonna be dropping the link early, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, everybody. Yeah. If there's something that you want and you can't have it, show contempt for it. Here it is, Law 36. It's Law 36. Let me just show you right quick. It's Law 36 in the 48 Laws of Power. Law 36, the power. Law 36 in the Law of Powers, disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Longing for things you cannot have is a sign of powerlessness. You demonstrate your power and control over your desires by showing disdain or ignoring them. And I think Candace is going by showing disdain. So I think she wanted Charlie. She wanted TPUSA, and she's not going to be able to have it. So she's just going to destroy it. Press 1 if you agree with that theory. That Candace is using Law 36 of the 48 Laws of Power. You know, because she's very powerful, man. Let's be honest, man. And some people use these things naturally. Some people don't aren't like crafty and just. Some people just naturally know how to use these things. These are just. Yeah, but this is not about the 40 Laws of Power is not about being good, or it's not the Bible and shit. It's just about being gaining power. It's not about it's not about like being virtuous or trying to do the right thing. It's about trying to get power. Attain power, acquire power. Shout out to my man Austin Dunk, third building. Salute to you, bro. It's no surprise to the nation scam this would implicate Erika. You predicted this months ago. Yeah, I'm glad you remembered that, man. I predicted this months ago. I mean, I predicted all of this, but I just didn't do 1,000 videos on it. I just did maybe 1 or 2 videos on it. But I predicted this a long time ago. Yes, I did. But even what I predicted, this has surpassed. Like Candace has gone way past what I thought was going to. It's like if you say, "Oh, I think the goddamn Blue Horns are going to beat the Red Devils in the basketball game," but I ain't think they were going to win by 1,000. Like, this is bad, man. Candace is like literally and remember, we talked about a few weeks ago, we did the video on the woman. She said women fight because women don't have might and they don't have strength. They fight. The way they fight is to destroy your reputation. One of the things that women do when they fight, they try to destroy the other person's reputation. And we see that with men. You know what I mean? A woman will call the police on you, call you an abuser, call you a cheater. Women will call you women are quick to, if they at odds with an ex-boyfriend or ex-lover or something, they're gonna call them a cheater. They're gonna say you got a little dick. They're gonna call them an abuser. They're gonna call him a lot of things that will make him look bad socially. Women fight by destroying your reputation. They don't fight with might necessarily. You know what I mean? Now sisters do. Sisters fight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, most times both sisters walk away from those physical confrontations. They both walk away. But women fight, they destroy your reputation. And that's what Candace is doing here, man. It looks to be like she's destroying Erika's reputation. She's destroying, TPUSA because she can't have it. But let's get back to this, man. This is fascinating to me, man. I don't have a side in this either. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this as a Black Columbo, man, just showing up on the scene of a crime. I got my Black Columbo coat on, man. I'm not I'm not look. I'm looking at this like a detective that just shows up to a crime scene, don't know anybody, just showing up to the crime scene, looking at the evidence. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at this. Let's see. Let's get it, man. I'm gonna drop the link shortly, man. Everybody hit the like button, subscribe, support the channel. Take the $5, take the $100 challenge, man. We doing something big tonight, man. Take the $20 challenge. We doing something big tonight, man. We bringing you this content, man. This is amazing content, man. Tonight, man. You're gonna be able to share your opinions, man. You're gonna be able to give your 2 cents, man. Salute the let's see this. Yeah, a lot of y'all think okay, yeah, a lot of y'all think Candace is foul for this, man. Let's go, man.
Okay, you guys, there is a very strange thing happening right now where a young woman with absolutely zero professional qualifications has been inserted at the top of a charity organization that pulled in over $250 million last year. And the media is telling you that you have no right to know or to ask anything about her. The argument being made is that her husband was murdered. Therefore, she has a right to assume the position. And despite the fact that Turning Point USA is a literal charity, and therefore it's not even have to pay tax on that $250 million+ or pay tax on the alleged future billions that it's due to rake in thanks to a deal with a man named Pierre. He's talking.
Damn, yo. Yo. It just seems, and listen, obviously it's personal. Obviously, right? I get it. Obviously it's personal. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm, you know, breaking any news. You know what I'm saying? But damn, you kind of want to like not. And listen, she has a cult, so they're not going to see these things, right? Her cult's not going to see these things, but it seems to be some envy and jealousy there, man. Just from my personal, just from life, it feels jealousy and envy, and I don't have to be able to explain it. I'm 48 years old. It feels like the jealousy and envy I've seen over the 48 years I've been alive. It don't have. I'm not really. I really can't like be like, oh, I can't really explain it. It just guttural. You know what I'm saying? It just feel like, oh shit. This feel like very, very, very jealous. It just feels like that. You said Candace definitely knocked boots with Charlie Kirk. Who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe they did, man. Maybe they did. Maybe Charlie maybe Charlie, gave her that snow cone, man. He gave her that snow cone, man. She ain't been right, man. Charlie did that, man. I would have, Candace is beautiful, man. I can't blame Charlie. I'm sure Charlie was like, yeah, I want to see what that's hitting on. I'm sure Candace, Charlie's tall too. Charlie's very tall. Charlie's like 6'4", man. Charlie's a very tall guy. Good women like tall guys, man. Candace probably was like, I want to climb that tree. Candace like, I want to climb that tree. I want to climb that white tree. You said Charlie didn't want anything to do with her. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. Who knows? You said how did that happen? You said Charlie was a man of principle. He wouldn't cheat on his wife with Candace Owens. Did he know Candace before he knew his wife? He might have known Candace before he knew his wife. Two young people, and they're very young. They were very young. These people are young. Candace is 30. She'll be 37. Candace will be 37 this year. So when she was running around with Charlie, she was in her 20s. He was in his early 20s. So she got fired. I don't know what happened with TPS. Did she get fired, or did she? How did she leave TPUSA? I don't know, because I'm telling you, I have no clue. How did she leave TPUSA? Was it mutual? Was it contentious? How did Candace leave TPUSA? He said, yes, they knew each other before he was married. They go way back.
Heads are claiming that the public simply wanting to ensure the person who is running that organization is, I don't know, at a bare minimum, moderately honest about who she says she is. No, that inquiry makes you a monster. So I guess your job is to head to work 9 to 5, receive a flurry of unsolicited emails and text messages reminding you that Charlie Kirk, the innocent man that you watched be executed in broad daylight live, you're to be reminded that that was her Charlie. My Charlie needs your help. Here's how you can give us your 401k and house. The emails have been landing.
But it is her Charlie, man. It's like literally, like they married. They was married. It is her Charlie, right? Press 1 if you agree with that. I like Charlie was Erika Kirk's. Like that was his wife. He was her husband. Said she drove Blackson into the red and Charlie took over. The board did not like her. Yeah, it's weird that she seems to be confused that I don't know.
9 to 5, receive a flurry of unsolicited emails and text messages reminding you that Charlie Kirk, the innocent man that you watched be executed in broad daylight live, you're to be reminded that that was her Charlie. My Charlie needs your help. Here's how you can give us your 401k and house. The emails have been landing into your inbox at an alarming rate, saying things like that. There's virtually nothing that the feds are telling us about his murder that makes any objective sense. But if you're feeling weird about any of that,
here's my thing though. Murders don't make sense. Like we cover a lot of murders here. If you've been part of this channel, we've covered thousands, tens of thousands of murders on this channel. You guys are experts at murder. If you've been with Ock Nation, we've covered murders out the wazoo. Like murders don't necessarily make sense. You know what I mean? Like this whole make sense thing is like, what does that mean? It doesn't make sense. That's very vague to me. Like this murder or this assassination didn't make sense. Well, like, yeah, like somebody killed them. Like that alone is kind of like a rare thing or an odd thing or something. Like, like people's motivations for killing people, like the guy who's on trial right now for killing, who's in custody. Although it seems like trivial, that's people kill people for stuff like that. People fall in love with other people and do crazy things. He fell in love with that trans girl and that trans thing or whatever it is, that she, and got all wrapped up in that crazy shit. He's 22. He's young. The kid who killed Charlie is 22. Like, he's a young guy. Like, it's not like you can put anything past a young person. I was a fucking more. Let me tell you something. I used to be a maniac when I was younger, man. I'm talking about like, now I'm not talking about necessarily being violent, but I'm talking about irrational decision making and being all over the place. Like, I remember one year I was even a 5%er. I was into the Black Power. I was on a lot of different shit. I wanted to be a basketball player, and I was rapping, cutting records and shit. I was all over the place, man, as a young person. You know what I mean? Then I was in the church heavy. Started going to church and reading the Bible and shit. Let's see, man. She says Charlie's murder didn't make sense.
You're reminded constantly that she is a grieving widow. She's a grieving widow. That sentence, in my opinion, is this year's Trust the Science. She's a grieving widow. Mainstream media, of course, Zionists implied, are effectively telling you to roll up your sleeves and get the vaccine again, dopes. Tyler Robinson did it. Erika Kirk is grieving. Please allow her to do so in the privacy of the billion-dollar charity that she took over. Remember when they did the 6 feet social distancing thing? They cast that spell. Let your
So she's making a parallel between, if you believe Erika Kirk, that's the same thing as being, one of those, like all of us were during COVID. So she's making that parallel. So she's basically saying that if you believe Erika Kirk is the new COVID regime, to where if you side with her, you're an idiot. You're a dupe. You know what I'm saying? You're a shill. You're a lemming. That's a very interesting tactic, though, to parallel that with Erika Kirk, so you could, like, because nobody wants to be a fool. Press one. Nobody wants to be dumb or be seen as being stupid or a mark. So she frames Erika Kirk as the new COVID regime, mask mandates and shit, having to have a fucking card saying you got the vaccine before you can go to a restaurant and shit, so you can get in the fucking movie theater. All that wild shit they did in 2020. She's framing as Erika Kirk is the new that. So you got to be careful about stuff, because you got to because you can walk into that trap where you just naturally associate those two things. Press one. You can walk into that trap if you're not careful of just like, yeah, okay. Your brain would just automatically say, yeah, Erika Kirkston knew that. And you won't consciously know that you're doing that. You'll subconsciously do that. You'll subconsciously equate her with that when we don't fucking know that lady. I don't know that woman, man. I don't know Erika Kirk to know that she's the new COVID for 2026. I just want the facts. Actually, I don't care. Like, I really don't give a fuck. But I mean, I just want, now that you're forcing information about her onto me, I just want the facts. I could have gone without getting any information on Erika Kirk, but now that this is what it is, people want me to go live on this. People wanted me to discuss this, so I'll discuss it. Pure Blood Stalker says, I love Candace. Yeah, I can see it. I can understand, man. She's very engaging, man. She's done a lot of good exposes. She did great work on BLM. Great work on BLM. She's a very good researcher.
Granddad die alone in the hospital. If you desire to see your grandma this Thanksgiving, it's because you're a demon from the gates of hell. Yeah. Resist your human instincts. Obey the government. It's the same kind of messaging, the same kind of emotional manipulation, but it's a new year. Still have questions or concerns about who Erika Kirk is and why she seems to have lied many times on record? Well, you're Satan, and I'm sorry that you are. And
well, here's the thing too. Like, my whole life is a lie, man. Like, my whole life is a lie. Don't be some woman that I've ever dealt with. My whole life is a lie. Okay? Don't be some woman that I dealt with in the past. Lord. It's some women I dealt with. I lied about everything. I lied about everything. It been niggas that I hung out with, crews and cliques or whatever that I hung out with, where I lied about a lot of shit to fit in. You know what I mean? So that, make my backstory more, official. You know what I'm saying? So I can fit in with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never done that? Press 1. Like, lying is not really like, people lie, man. People lie. Everybody lies all the time. Like, that's, I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to let Erika off the hook, but accusing somebody of lying about in the past, we're all fucking liars. You don't know that somebody like Candace is gonna take a fine-tooth comb through your life, but so you're cool. But if Candace come and take a fine-tooth comb through your life, fuck, man, I've told 1,000 lies, man. I don't think that if we can find that Erika Kirk has lied about something in the past, that means anything. Honestly, I don't think that if we find out Candace Owens has lied about something in the past, that means anything. It just means that you're a person. Who doesn't fucking lie? You lie every day. Because the lies you told in the past, you're keeping those lies going. Because once you tell one lie, what you got to do? Once you tell one lie, what do you have to do after you tell one lie? Huh? What comes next after you tell one lie? Like nothing, not so far. Nothing Candace is saying is striking me as anything like okay. Erika Kirk has lied as a private citizen. She's lied about stuff in the past in her private personal life as a private personal citizen. As Erika fucking Kirk, nobody. She lied about shit as whatever, some college student that she was, or some beauty pageant contestant she was, or some fucking, you know what I mean, whoever she was before she got, yeah, like who fucking doesn't lie? Like people people walking around with the Bible and shit. The pastors lie. Every fucking pastor you know has lied, is lying, is living a lie, is holding up a bunch of lies at the current time. Yeah, you have to keep lying. Once you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie. You know what I'm saying? You tell one lie, you got to tell another lie. If I leave right now and I say I'll be right back, and I go take a big fat messy shit and stink up the bathroom, and I come back and y'all say, "What did you go do?" And I'll be like, "Oh man, I just had to go check on my kids, man. I had to go. Get a glass of water. Oh, my wife asked me to go get her something to eat." Later on in the show, somebody might be like, you know, so what did you get your wife to eat when you left? When you took that break from the show and you went upstairs, what did you get your wife to eat? Now, I just went and took a big fat messy shit, stunk up the bathroom, stunk up the hallway and everything. I don't want to tell you I did that. I told you I went and got my wife some to eat. So now that's one lie. So now you say, okay, what you get your wife to eat? I got her, cheeseburger. That's another lie. You know what I'm saying? When you tell a lie, you got so like this whole thing about she lied. Everybody fucking lies. The fuck are we talking about? All of us lie all the time. Now, if you're like the president or you're a congressperson, okay, yeah. I mean, I guess yeah, certain things you can't lie. You're not supposed to lie about. You know what I mean? If you're in a position of authority, yeah, lying about certain things that you did or should have did or money and shit like that. Yeah, I got you. I'm not saying that lies, but if she's gonna tell us that, yeah, Erika lied about something when she was 22, she lied about that's why like the fuck, man. Like he said Charlie simped himself into a casket. He said wigs lie, makeup lie. Yeah, push-up bras lie, man. What the fuck are we talking about here, man? Hit that like button. Support the channel, man. I'm trying to stay on here, man, and bring this y'all this, man. Hit the like button. Support the channel. Take the $5, $10 challenge, man. Let me drop this link, man. I'm just like, I don't know, man. So far, I'm not moved, man. I'm not moved. So far, I'm not moved. Man, it's like she lied. Like, what the fuck? Who don't lie? What did she lie about? Like, she lie about like because I think she said I think the implication that she killed Charlie or she had something to do with Charlie's death. So okay, so if she lied about that, then yeah, that's a problem. But do we really think she killed Charlie? Like she had Charlie? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, man.
Also, I would like to remind you that you are destroying Charlie's legacy. Now, it is very important that I remind you, we haven't even said anything yet. A 2-minute trailer resulted in one of the most aggressive preemptive PR strikes that I have ever seen. They posted photos of my
Yeah, but she's not. She's accusing them of a preemptive PR strike when she's literally going scorched earth on the organization. That's like me trying to rape a woman and saying she keeps squirming. Why is she squirming? Why she won't open? Why she keep trying to clench her legs? This is crazy. This is madness, man. What are they supposed to do? You're attacking them in a way that like you're attacking them totally. You're attacking them in a way we've never seen anyone attack somebody. But they can't defend. But if they defend themselves, that's weird. And I'm not on anybody's side, but I'm just she's the one talking. She's the one. If Erika Kirk got some statement, if Erika Kirk goes live, we can analyze what Erika Kirk's saying. But Candace is the one talking. And I'm just so far, man, it seemed like gossip, man. It seemed like some shit like my wife and her friends would be talking about. Like I feel like I'm stuck like in a car with like my wife and her friends, and they're just fucking girl talking and shit, and I'm just fucking. I'm like, yo, I like drop me off, drop me off anywhere, man, just right here. This is a. Let me out the car. Fuck it. I'm like training boys in minutes inside, boys in the hood. Let me out the fucking car.
the same kind of emotional manipulation, but it's a new year. Still have questions or concerns about who Erika Kirk is and why she seems to have lied many times on record? Well, you're Satan, and I'm sorry that you are. And also, I would like to remind you that you are destroying Charlie's legacy. Now, it is very important that I remind you, we haven't even said anything yet. A 2-minute trailer resulted in one of the most aggressive.
Did she say she hasn't said anything yet? She's been talking about this woman for the last 6 months. Did she really just say we haven't said anything yet? Press 1 if she just said that. Because I might have misheard it. Did she just say we haven't even said anything yet? Did she just say that? She's been like dousing this woman in gasoline and for like 6 months. And she said, we haven't even said anything yet. See, I'm listening, right? Like I tell y'all, man, like I ain't Black Columbo because my greatest skill is listening. Press 1. My greatest skill is that I will actually listen to you. I will give you the floor. I will let you come on my show and let you talk. I will listen to what you say. Say, look like Candace got some Asian in her. No, that's Black tribe. They say that about me too. There's Black tribes that's got like that. You said her poor husband lives with this. Yeah, like what does he think? Because he's got to know she's obsessed with you. Like he can't be that dumb where he doesn't know that she's obsessed with Charlie. You know when your wife thinks and likes another guy, man. I'm not even talking about all this. I'm talking about just off of a look or a comment. This right here, this is crazy. All this is crazy. He gotta know, man. But it is whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like whatever, man. He playing this position, man.
Well, you're Satan, and I'm sorry that you are. And also, I would like to remind you that you are destroying Charlie's legacy. Now, it is very important that I remind you, we haven't even said anything yet. A 2-minute trailer resulted in one of the most aggressive preemptive PR strikes that I have ever seen. They posted photos of my manager's infant daughter, my makeup artist, my family members. Lots of voicemail from my producer. Okay, well, this was initially supposed to be just 3 episodes, but now I'm thinking about a season 2 and a season 3. Because if you haven't quite figured me out yet or thought through how we got here, I don't like it when innocent people are targeted and attacked and on rare occasions shot in the neck in broad daylight. No one blinked when entire investigative series and books were written about Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Meghan Markle, because they're public figures. I've effectively endured 10.
Well, that's not necessarily true that no one blinked. The people who supported those people blinked. Like the people in the Hillary supporters were very upset that people were saying that she killed Haitian babies and she, after the earthquake, she stole all the money and she killed this person and black up. People who supported Hillary came to her defense a lot. Michelle Obama, that monkey thing that monkey snippet that was at the end of that video that Trump posted. Black people went ape shit over that online. Black women went bananas, no pun intended, the last couple of weeks over that. What is she talking about? That nobody, what do you mean nobody? You mean like you or me? But the people that supported them.
And years in politics with nonstop exposés and investigations into my background, but we're told Erika is somehow untouchable. Let me tell you something. The truth does not require a multi-million-dollar PR campaign. It also does not fear inspection. So welcome to Bride of Charlie.
We have nothing to hide.
Where should we begin in this story? I think maybe with just a blanket statement. Something is not right with Erika Kirk. And despite a most aggressive influence campaign, which at one point even included a signed letter from the Secretary of Treasury assuring us that Turning Point is above board, an amazing organization, and despite, in addition to that, a flurry of homosexual men making over dramatic videos about sheer evil. No, not mass murdering children. Sheer evil, investigating someone at the helm of a billion-dollar company. Despite all of that, the public remains unconvinced that she is simply a grieving widow, because she isn't simply a grieving widow. She's also the CEO and chairman of an organization. In fact, during our preparation for this series, an investigative journalist named Elizabeth Lane went viral on X because what she authored about Erika was brilliant. It just was objectively brilliant. It gave voice to what millions of people worldwide were feeling, but didn't exactly know how to express. And I'm going to read you her words in their entirety because I think it's...
What were millions of people feeling about Erika Kirk worldwide? Because what that does is it makes it seem like, everybody wanted Erika Kirk exposed. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure that everybody around the world was like, yo, we need an expose on Erika Kirk. I'm not sure about that, man. Because I've been watching this whole thing since it's been happening, since Charlie Kirk died. And I was online, and when all the people was getting fired for cheering his death and mocking his death, I've been, covering this, watching this. It, kind of, I never saw a groundswell of people saying, you know what? We need like a 15-part expose on Erika Kirk. I didn't see that until Candace started doing it. It was just Charlie died and she his wife. Like, that was really all I do. Like, Charlie died and that's his wife. That's all I knew about her. It was never like, yo, we need an expose on her, man. We need to go into her lineage and her back. I never Yeah, but they believe that now, Mike. After Candace done put that in their head. I'm talking about like when it happened when Charlie first died. Are you telling me people was like, yeah, his wife did it? Organically, people were just like, yeah, his wife did it. When they arrested the guy, and the guy's family said that he did it, and the transgender guy said that he did it, and he was on the scene. There's video of him climbing on the roof and shit and taking up position, and they got the gun. His parents was like, yeah, he and online stuff. Like, if you said during all that, people was like, you know what, we need a 15-point expose on Erika Kirk. I don't remember that. Now, of course, everybody wants to know about Erika Kirk now that Candace has brought it to our attention with her big platform, but I don't remember that being organic, man. Press one. I don't remember that being organic.
It's very important, okay? Elizabeth Lane wrote, I'm going to be blunt. I have reached the point where I find Erika Kirk to be deeply disturbing, not because of rumors or gossip, but because of consistent, observable patterns of behavior. To be clear, everything I say in this post is my opinion. I am not claiming this is a fact. I am saying this is what I think Erika Kirk is. I come from the world of acting and modeling. I have spent years around social climbers, opportunists, image curators, and people who treat relationships like ladders. That is why I left that world. Most of these people are shallow and harmless. A few are dangerous. Erika falls into the latter category not because she is just ambitious, but because of how calculated and performative her ambition appears to be. I believe she may be a psychopath. What stands out immediately is the reaction that she provokes in other people, which is very common with psychopaths. Across the board, including people who support her publicly, the private reaction is the same. It's, I can't watch her. It's not a criticism, it's just a physical discomfort. People turn off interviews because the presentation feels artificial to the point of being unbearable. Let me explain. That kind of response does not happen accidentally and does not happen often. Research in psychology shows that humans are highly sensitive to emotional incongruence, mismatches between a facial expression, tone, and content. When the effect appears simulated rather than genuine, the brain registers it as a threat. This activates discomfort and avoidance, even if the person cannot consciously explain why. So many of us felt this way, but we could not explain why we could not watch her. Studies on psychopathy, particularly those building on the work of psychologists like Robert Hare, describe traits such as a rehearsed emotional display and shallow affect. These traits can create what observers experience as an uncanny interpersonal dynamic. The discomfort arises and people want to shut it off because most people rarely encounter extreme affective mimicry in everyday life. So the brain struggles to categorize what it is detecting. Erika is attractive enough, and she had every tool in her possession to sell this organically, except for one thing: emotion. The entire story of what happened could have helped her sell this fully. She really would have been the last person on earth to be a suspect, if not for the FBI's terrible mistakes, Turning Point USA's lies, and her very fake performance. Plenty of attractive, ambitious women move through media spaces without triggering that response, even though we know what they are. This is about something else, an extreme disconnect between presentation that she puts out and the perceived authenticity. Erika is not the archetype of a model actress seeking money and fame and then settling into a quiet life with a wealthy, good-looking husband. She is the wolf type who wants to be in the place of that husband. She is not born for a supporting role. She's a decision maker. She appears to pursue proximity to power, moving fluidly between television, nonprofits, branding opportunities, and ideological spaces that maximize her exposure. Her previous partners are guys that women like her would date, muscular, jacked, good-looking, even though they are not people with huge potential. They are all somewhat established. They are good stepping stones until the right person shows up. Now looking at her previous partners, I would say that Charlie probably was not her type visually, but he was exactly what she was looking for in a man: potential to be a great power. What Erika was looking for is the same thing Hillary Clinton was looking for when she met Bill. She recognized that Bill Clinton was her ticket to power, the power that she could control, and she was right. She realized that she could create a great brand out of him and herself, and they still are a brand, the Clintons. No one in this world can say that those two love each other. They are a brand that works. That's why she's sticking around despite Epstein and Lewinsky. Also, if you think Bill is the decision maker there, you must have never been in close proximity to the Clintons. She moves the game. She is the decision maker. Erika saw a brand with Charlie. She also saw that Charlie could one day become president of the United States if he wanted to. Charlie had the ear of the most powerful segment of any society, students. He was going to be a very important player in politics, and she was not missing that ride. What is striking is how completely her public identity reshapes itself after that relationship begins. The aesthetic, the tone, the values, the presentation all change. Overnight, the persona shifts into the role that best suits Charlie's world: devoted Christian, modest, a supportive housewife. That kind of rapid adaptation is quite impressive for a usual person, but not for a psychopath, because they do it all the time. In my head, the story goes like this. For a moment, it works. She becomes the wife of a rising political figure with access to donors, institutions, and national platforms. At that point, the ceiling isn't social media influence, it's empire building, foundations, global reach, a legacy, a brand, the Kirks. It's obvious that Charlie listens to her, whether it's about donors or the trajectory of Turning Point USA. The most influential figure in any mentally healthy man's life is going to be his wife. She's going to be the biggest influence, and that is just how it is. That is why you need to pick your partner wisely. And everything was going well until Charlie began making decisions based on conscience rather than expansion and money. He turns down money. He refuses to play dirty politics. I am assuming someone like Erika, who married into this because she had a vision for this brand, would not be very happy about that. The life she appears to have signed up for, the power couple, expanding influence, historical relevance, was collapsing into something else entirely. Domesticity, housewife, kids, and now Charlie refusing to accept the money that can make him a global power. A supporting role instead of center stage is not her thing. Her husband died a few days ago, and she walks onto the stage as if she was born there. It comes naturally to her. She knows it and she wants it. Just days after her husband's death, she was already laying out ambitious plans for the company over Zoom. It's obvious she was always deeply involved in the business and knew exactly where to pick up when her turn came. What people struggle to watch, what makes the screen unbearable, is not grief. It's the absence of emotional continuity. Performances can be learned. Trust me, as a former actress, I can speak to that. But emotion cannot be improvised or mimicked if you've never experienced it. That's why I think we are dealing with a psychopath who has never really experienced these emotions and does not know how to play them. And audiences feel it instantly. It's fake. Again, this is just my opinion. It's a good place to start. It is a good place to start because there are a lot of things that Elizabeth said there that I think I am going to be able to prove, adapting her personality to suit the people that she meets, the lies that she tells. I've done a lot of work here speaking to ex-boyfriends, speaking to old classmates. I really wanted to get a sense of who Erika was. And also, in a word, yes, I concur. There is something about her. I don't know any.
So she gave us an email by some woman who didn't like Erika Kirk. And this is just female shit. This is just a cat fight. This is just bullying this lady and gossiping about her and shit. This is just bullying this woman and gossiping about her so far. I'm listening, man. I'm trying to see where this is going. Shout out to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Shout out to Barry B. Barry B is in the building. Danny Nightblade says Candace Owens equals the Jerry Springer podcast. Yeah, she just talking about this lady like, and I don't care about the lady. Like, she can talk about the lady. I'm just saying, like, it's like that's what it is. It's just like she just running her mouth about this girl she don't like. Press 1.
Single personality in the media or politics that has had the same effect that Erika has had on people worldwide. She's a rare bird, okay? She has actually managed to unify the left and the right on a single perspective. Think about that, how amazing that is. Say what you will about Hillary Clinton, but she had a true following on the left, right? It was a bloody match back in 2016. Now, beyond Erika, what Elizabeth is diving into here is psychology, right? She's guessing and she's speaking about psychology, a social science that was created, to be very clear, by German mystical Jews, right? They believed in mystical Judaism. They were practicing the occult. Now, if you are a regular viewer of this show, you know that I have sort of obsessed myself with this history over the past 2 years, the books that we read in book club, all about the very dark history of modern psychology and its direct relationship to child abuse, trauma-based mind control. That's what the book, The Assault on Truth, lays out. This person wasn't just an author that was guessing when he wrote this book. He was in control of the Sigmund Freud archives and lost his entire career just trying to ring the alarm on what these scientists knew. He explains that they abuse children with the goal of transforming them into future psychopaths that can be controlled. That is the science that was brought here to America via Operation Paperclip. What began as Project Monarch in Germany ultimately became MK Ultra in America. The Manson murders, the 60s, all of that was our government, CIA gone wild after the assassination of JFK. For drugging and experimenting upon citizens with the explicit goal of controlling minds, social engineering, making people get into a formation. These are indisputable and historical facts. This brought forth the dawn of serial killers in America, too many of them with curious ties to the military. Yeah, MK Ultra was a military-grade program. Truthfully, behind every unthinkable crime is a deranged psychologist and a prescription cabinet. If you think that MK Ultra ever stopped, I hope that the Epstein files and the stunning defense of the Epstein files from our quote-unquote elites helped to shatter that illusion for you. We discussed MK Ultra during the Kamala Chronicles. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, is suing me for merely mentioning MK Ultra on Tim Dillon's show. How bizarre. Why is the president of France, who himself is a victim of minor sex abuse, so concerned about that conversation being opened up? Independent study into Sigmund Freud and what he and his colleagues were doing in Vienna is crucial for you to understand what is going on in this world and the way that the world works, okay? Now, pivoting back to Erika and her story, I will tell you my personal opinion and my experience with her. What alarms me about Erika isn't so much the fact that she lies, which we will prove to you over and over again, but it's also the fact that I don't know that she's aware that she's lying. It's almost as though she doesn't remember. Like the version that she's telling us today or yesterday was just recently downloaded into her mind, and she therefore thinks it's true, like a faulty memory or something. I'm saying that I'm not sure if she's fully aware that she's lying, because it's like some of the lies are so stupid. She's just sort of going. I want you to also know, by the way, of course, we reached out ahead of this episode. We reached out to her specifically with just 4 questions pertaining to past statements that she's made that do not appear to align with the reality of what we have discovered. Okay. For example, just one example, we are told that Erika Franzwey was raised by a strong, independent, entrepreneurial, single mother who taught her how to be a good Christian, a devout Catholic mother. Lori Franzwey, right? As an aside, that this Catholic mom, who am I to judge Catholics, but she's been married 4 times that I can see. We'll talk about that more down the line. More importantly, though, you will recall that Erika sat down for an in-person interview with the New York Times days after Charlie was publicly assassinated, and she confirmed to them that the least traumatizing part about Charlie's assassination was the prospect of her now having to raise her children alone. She wasn't traumatized by that idea because she had seen the example set for her by her mother growing up. As People magazine later echoed, quote, Erika Kirk has learned a lot from her mother, Lori Franzwey. After welcoming her daughter in November of 1988, Franzwey divorced Erika's father, Kent Fransfey, and raised her as a single mother in Scottsdale, Arizona. Lori spent nearly 2 decades working for General Electric before founding multiple companies in the network security industry, according to her LinkedIn. So you can see they're seeding the public with the idea that you can raise kids and be a single mom and also be a CEO and boss babe it. Okay. The only problem is that it's just not true. Erika was not raised by a single mother, like at all. Erika's father, Kent Fransfey, by the way, he's Kenneth Fransfey, but he goes by Kent, was always in her life. So much so that for entire years of her childhood, Kent was actually a stay-at-home dad. So almost the exact opposite thing was true at one point. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. You can actually take Erika's. Take a listen.
Hold on. I do not want to knock the stay-at-home dads. I do not. There are some who had to temporarily have to switch that role. That happened to my parents a long time ago. Granted, again, they got a divorce, so that probably falls into your bucket. But
I am an anthropologist.
But my dad was a stay-at-home dad for a few years. And I got to say, it was really sweet and really special. I was 4, but
Of course, it's not an indictment of the morality.
No, but if you're saying from the get-go, I want to be a stay-at-home
it is a imbalance. It's an imbalance of nature.
So stay-at-home dad for a couple of years. She remembers it. So I would assume started at 4 for a couple of years. People don't typically remember being 1 and 2. And now he wasn't in her life. Now, to be clear, Erika was 10 years old when her parents divorced in 1998. So her father was very much a part of her early childhood, and he did not stop being involved in her teenage years either. I've spoken with classmates, past boyfriends, and people are generally bewildered as to why Erika is now publicly representing as though she does not have a relationship with Kent, the man that she claims is her father, at least. Or also something she fails to mention is that even if you removed Kent, Erika was raised with her stepfather in her home, a man named Larry Ginta. In her high school yearbook, actually, Kent is included, her father, biological father, in a collage, and so are his parents, her grandparents, Carl and Elaine. So we can reasonably assume that her father was in her life. We can also assume from that photo that Erika was exceedingly close to her stepfather too. You can bring that back up and I'll show that. But he's featured there too. You've got Larry in the photo because he has been a fixture in her life since before her parents' divorce was ever finalized, because both he and his son are also in the collage. I confirmed with classmates Larry and Lori were together since Erika's elementary school days. In other words, Erika grew up in a situation that is now termed as a bonus dad. Both her biological father and her stepfather figure were present and all living in and around the Scottsdale area. So why this little public misrepresentation? I would be super offended if I was a stay-at-home dad and then suddenly you've got someone saying, I was all alone. My mom did it all by herself. Now you will see throughout this investigation that there are a lot of little wrinkles like this in Erika's story. The question is, what broader purpose do they serve? Because I thought about that, and I remember reading in Xavier Poussard's book, Becoming Brigitte, that it is actually an intentional strategy of deception, a strategy used by the media in creating and curating a legend about, in this case, he was talking about Brigitte, how the press would intentionally make minor edits or overlook certain dates, small adjustments made over a long period of time, a date wrong here, an age miscalculation there, just ever so slightly, because minor tweaks over a long period of time aren't noticeable, even though they ultimately amount to a big lie. This is exactly what I have found to be immediately frustrating about examining Erika's life. Minor tweaks that almost look like they could be mistakes. You go, but really? Do people make these kinds of mistakes? Let's start with her birthday. Okay, I'll give you another example here. Erika Fransfey, we are told, was born on November 20th, 1988 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Great, there's a newspaper relic announcing her birth 2 weeks later on December 6th. It tells us that she was born at Good Samaritan Hospital. Fantastic. To Kent and Lori Fronsvay. Check. Amazing. By the way, it's just something to know about Good Samaritan Hospital. A fun fact, that actually used to be the U.S. Marines Hospital. One that once upon a time caused a little bit of a scandal for unethically experimenting on brains of patients, the brains of patients. Anyway, the story goes that the U.S. Marine Hospital just up and decided to gift the hospital to the Catholic Sisters of Charity out of the goodness of their Marine hearts or something, because our military is known for that, just being really, really kind and giving up hospitals. Point is, we learned from this newspaper clipping that Erika was born on November 20th, and she maintains that birthday today. But oddly, that would be news to her parents. Kent and Lori, for whatever reason, think that Erika was born 2 days later on November 22nd. We know this because of their divorce filings, which took place in 1998. On that divorce initial filing, Lori, who filed, lists Erika as having been born on November 22nd, multiple times. Now, in case you're thinking, well, maybe this was a mistake, you should know that the filing done by her mother, Lori, only has 4 statements of fact. It's effectively a one-pager. One of the facts is that Kent and Lori were married on November 20th, 1995 in Marblehead, Massachusetts. So they decided to get married on Erika's, what would have been Erika's 7th birthday. Okay, that's strange. I mean, at least the birthday she says she has, but this document is saying, no, she's born 2 days later. So I guess it wasn't her 7th birthday. Attached to this document, which was filed on July 20th, 1998, is another document that I can only assume was scanned in with an intention to further confuse people. It's a separation agreement, which is not.
All right, guys. Do y'all want to do you want me to go do crime? Press 1 if you want me to do some crimes. If you want me to do the show, press 1. All right, how about this? Press 1 if you want me to start. If you want me to do the news. Press 2 if you want me to keep doing this Candace Owens thing. I was never asleep. I was listening, man. I was listening very intently, man. I'm listening to what she's saying, and I'm just trying to figure out where it's going. And it just sounds like a woman just talking to a bunch of other women. I would bet that the majority of Candace's audience is women. I'd love to see her. I'd love to see her her demographics, man, just to know who's listening to this stuff. I find it hard to believe that men could listen to this all day. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Coward aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Says Black Columbo's on the job. Yeah, I've listened. Men, there ain't a lot of men listening to this shit. There's got to be 75% women listening to that show. It's a lot of gossip, a lot of, what about this? What about this? I almost feel like moist having listened to that. I'm not even trying to lie to you, man. Like, it's like girl talk, but on like to the 18,000th power. A girl talking about somebody she don't like. It's like literally like you played hooky and shit, right? Your mom went to work, right? And you were supposed to like go to school, but you didn't go to school. And then she like unexpectedly came back home and you went and hid in the closet. And then your mom got on the phone and started talking to one of her girlfriends. And you had to sit there in the closet and You know what I'm saying? And stay real quiet and she just on the phone talking to her girlfriend for hours and shit. And you just sitting there listening to that shit. That's what this feels like. And your mom just talking about some girl, some lady at work that she can't stand. And you stuck in the closet because you don't get in trouble, so you just try to like just stay quiet, not move and shit. Hopefully one day, hopefully she'll go upstairs and you can sneak out the house or something. But she just keep talking about to her girlfriend about some lady at work that she can't stand. That's what this sounds like, man. He said she has covered the interested fan. Man, ain't none of this shit interesting, man. The guy who did it is fucking in custody. The guy who did it is in jail right now, man. Waiting trial, man. Fuck are you talking about? Some interested? Ain't that interesting, man. Ain't none of this shit interesting, man. None of that shit is interesting, man. All that shit is just gossip and shit and rumors and facts about the lady, shit about the lady that may be true but don't mean a fucking thing. Just gossip about that lady that she didn't dug up. It's literally a chick gossiping on the phone with her girlfriend about some lady that she can't stand. Some chick on the phone talking to her girlfriend about her baby father's other baby mother. I listened, man. I let it play. I listened. I didn't interrupt. At first I was, stopping the video a lot. I was stopping it a lot at first because I was just like, whoa. Then I let it play. And it just literally sounds like some chick talking to her girlfriend about another chick that she can't stand. And she couldn't stand her for a while. And she just talking about everything. This is like girl talk. Let me go ahead and I can't do this shit no more, man. I'm sorry. I tried, man. It's just fucking girl talk, man. And salute to Candace. She's a girl. Like, I'm not knocking Candace. Candace is a girl. She's a woman. This is normal. She's a woman she don't like. And she just talking about her and drudging up shit on her and slandering her and all this shit. He said, when her views start to significantly drop, Candace Owens will claim Charlie Kirk's children aren't his. Candace Owens will say anything for views. Wow. Listen, I don't see her views dropping. I mean, she's on a heater, man. She had 100,000 when I looked at it earlier today. I just she was live, and I like to see how many views she get. So I just I just clicked on it. Man, she had 101,000 people in the chat. A couple of weeks ago, I was watching it. I checked in on her, and she had 96,000. She had 200,000 one time I looked in there in the chat. And they're super chatting like crazy too. Like these people are like super chatting. Like I'm talking about like every fucking 2 seconds the super chat pops up on it. Because there's so many people in there. It's like fucking it was 200,000 people in there. So like every second a super chat pops up. Like boom, 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 right? And it's like, yeah, man, she's got an audience. I don't see this slowing down anytime soon. But just listening to it, how about this? Did me not saying anything and just letting it play, did that like let you see what was really going on? That it's just a bunch of girl talk by not stopping it, by just letting it play. It's just a bunch of girl talk. One woman slandering another woman that she can't from work. Some lady, some girl at work that she don't like because she dating a guy that she got a crush on. And she talking to another girl that don't like her either. She on the phone with one girl that she on the phone with another girl that don't like her. And they just talking about the girl and shit. And just trading secrets about the girl and trading information about the girl. Yeah. And then you got people saying, oh my God, this is so deep. This is so, and I'm like, no, man. This guy says he's with Candace. That's fine. I'm not here to, I'm just telling you what I think. Be with Candace, man. None of that stuff made me think anything about Charlie's wife killing. It's just a bunch of facts or a bunch of alleged facts about her. Like, yeah, this happened and then this happened and she did this and she did that. She did it. Like, none of that stuff is like. I don't know, man. He said only women understand women and they hate each other. Yeah. The hate is real too. The hate is real. Like she hates that woman. He said Candace goes all the way back to grandparents and great grandparents. Get to that part and laugh. Yeah, man. Listen, I can't do it, man. I tried, man. Damn it, I tried. I gave it a college try, man. Damn it. Now she is going at Israel, so she giving the Jews hell. I'll give her that. But damn, I just can't, man. I don't know, man. I don't even think Candace is suspect. I think Candace is like in love with Charlie and she can't stand his wife. The shit ain't really that deep, right? You know what I'm saying? I think she's shrouding it in a lot of deep shit. But she can't, it's normal woman shit. A lot of men have been in the middle of this shit where it's like one bitch, oh. I don't know, man. It's just, he said it's because Erika is evil. Okay, yeah, Erika may be evil. I just never cared about Erika to even find out. I didn't know. So Erika's evil? Okay. Well, when Erika drops something, I'll analyze that. We'll listen to that and we'll go over whatever Erika said. Let's go. Let's listen to this, man.
5 people are in custody tonight, charged in a deadly shooting outside a Shively nightclub. Police are calling it a coordinated attack, saying they collected 59 shell casings from the scene. Jamie Mays is live with what she's learned about the suspects. Jamie?
Vicki, we found many of these suspects have criminal histories, some involving violent crimes. Shively Police says with the help of other agencies, they were able to track them down and make arrests. 5 people are now facing murder charges in the death of 26-year-old Rodney Parker. He was shot and killed outside Club 7 on 7th Street Road earlier this month. Court documents say on February 2nd, surveillance footage shows 3 of the suspects walking up to the club and asking about a patron inside. The other suspects arrived, and as Parker was leaving the club, gunfire erupted. According to police, Parker fell to the ground when he was hit and was killed execution style while he was on the ground. Damn. They say another person fired into the building, injuring a second victim, and the suspects left the scene. The Shively Police Department worked with LMPD and the FBI to execute multiple search warrants at several locations and take the suspects into custody. Keasia Tyson, Davion Birdsong, Chance Guthrie, Demontre Rocks, and an unnamed juvenile are all charged with murder complicity, assault complicity, and wanton endangerment complicity. Guthrie is also facing a charge for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and the juvenile is charged with minor in possession of a firearm. Court records show some of the suspects are tied to other crimes in the metro dating back years. Demontre Rocks was one of 2 men arrested just last week after a chase involving a stolen.
Demontre Rocks. This is like a Key and Peele skit, man. Demontre Rocks. What are we really doing here, man? Demontre Rocks. Demontre Rocks. What are we doing, man? Damn. Oh, he can't. He tried to get him some ass while he was in town. Mm. Tried to get some ass while he was in the city. Ah. Oh man, I tell you. Salute to everybody out there, man. Shout out to the whole crew, man. You said no sound? There was no sound? I didn't switch that. I didn't switch to the I didn't switch to the page yet. Oh shit, my bad. All this time I ain't switched. Fuck. Damn. Y'all didn't see no videos? Y'all didn't see any of the videos I just showed? Y'all didn't see any of the videos I just showed? Wow. Damn. Let me see what's going on in the news, man. Shit. All right, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get it.
Tonight, police are still looking for the person accused of shooting and killing a little girl in Northwest Atlanta last night.
Victor Williams is live for us from Atlanta Police Headquarters, where the investigation continues. Victor, this, of course, has a lot of people upset.
Yeah, for sure, Wale and Carly. And even this little girl's mother is still in the hospital recovering as we speak. The community, they're devastated at this point, saying that a senseless shooting like this should have never happened in the first place.
It's heartbreaking. It's saddening. It's infuriating.
The community is heartbroken with the death of 7-year-old Zoe Price on Tuesday night.
10 o'clock last night, I hear siren. And I'm like, man, what is going on?
Reginald Joyner saw the aftermath of someone shooting up the home on Tiger Flowers Drive, resulting in Zoe's mother being sent to the hospital and the 7-year-old losing her life.
I was kind of shocked, man, that somebody just come by there and kill a little kid that's not even old enough to even understand what life's about.
It's unclear whether the home was the intended target, but we're told the shooting took place after an argument in front of the home. This neighbor who didn't want to go on camera says it's pretty obvious that kids are inside.
This house got a bunch of kids stuff. You can look over there and see from the street, kids. If you got a beef with somebody, make sure you get the person. You don't hit no innocent bystanders, no kids.
He also has a message for whoever pulled the trigger.
Personally, if I come across you and know you had something to do with it, just hope the police get you. Don't be bragging about it, because there's a lot of people out here that feel the same way I feel.
Jesus Christ, man. What a community. What a people. What a people. What a community. What a group of people. And you know all these people got Trump derangement syndrome. All these people got Trump derangement syndrome. All these motherfuckers got drug derangement syndrome that's involved with this anywhere near this girl. He said haircut fun. Listen, I do need a haircut. You ain't lying. You ain't never lied, man. You ain't never lied. I do need a haircut. You ain't never lied. Salute to you, man. It's about getting time to go to the barber. I may go tomorrow, man. Support the channel. Yeah, I go tomorrow, man, for y'all. Yeah, I go tomorrow for you if I get a chance. Salute to you, far from handsome. Raul says good morning. Yeah, man. Jesus Christ.
Don't be bragging about it, because there's a lot of people out here that feel the same way I feel.
Now, to make matters worse, we're told that other kids had to actually see this little girl get shot, and they're now traumatized by all of this. Police, they say that they have a suspect in mind, but at this point, they're not releasing any type of details whatsoever. But if you're watching and you know anything about this situation, police, they definitely want to hear from you. Reporting live tonight from Atlanta Police Headquarters, Victor Williams, Atlanta News First.
Ooh.
Tonight, the search continues for the person who killed an innocent child in a drive-by shooting. This is 7-year-old Zoe Price, the youngest victim of gun violence in the city of Atlanta so far this year. The shooting taking place Tuesday night at a home on Flowers Tigers Drive. This was at the intersection of Joe Louis Drive. That's in the Dixie Hills neighborhood, and police say the little Zoe was shot along with her mother. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn was out there last night on the scene as police were investigating, and tonight he's live outside of Grady Hospital where Zoe's mom is still recovering. Cody?
Ron, just an unimaginable loss for this family. Zoe was the youngest of 5 siblings. Now, when her mom is released from the hospital here behind me, she'll have to prepare to bury her baby girl. Happy birthday to you. A life taken too soon. How old are you? 7. Zoe Price just turned 7 on December 7th, a first grader at Slam Atlanta Charter School. She cheered at Atlanta's Dunbar Neighborhood Center. And when Zoe wasn't cheering, she was on the basketball court. Zoe's family describing her as caring, a jokester, shy at times, and a little girl who loved the camera. However, on February 24th,
at approximately 9:49, the Atlanta Police Department was dispatched a report of shots fired into a home.
The unthinkable happened.
When we arrived, we found a 44-year-old female that had been shot, and then her 7-year-old daughter that was shot.
Zoe needed help and needed it right away.
Because of the time we knew it was going to take, Grady EMS arrived, we self-transported, and we tried very hard, and our officers tried very hard. There's 4 of them.
Despite those officers' heroic efforts, doctors couldn't save her.
How old are you? 7.
A little girl who had her whole life ahead of her, robbed of it by a coward.
We're coming for you. We're going to put you in jail, and we're going to bring justice to this community.
As for her mom, I spoke to the family today. She is still recovering here behind me in stable condition. Now, as far as how this happened, the chief says what they believe is it was a conflict between 2 individuals about 30 minutes before this shooting. Those 2 individuals were told not related to this family. At some point, one of them showed up at this house and shot into it. Live in Atlanta, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive.
You niggas are savages, man. You niggas are savages, man. You only gonna see that story here. Don't expect to see that story as you traverse Black YouTube. Black YouTube ain't gonna show you that story. That's not gonna be a viral story on Black YouTube. Everybody not gonna give you their chime in and give you their opinion on that one.
Who shot a 15-year-old execution style at a bus stop will spend decades in prison.
Bill Miston is live from the Milwaukee County Courthouse as the boy's family looks for some closure. Bill?
Yeah, hey there, guys. Nelson Lopez Correa was shot in the head in October 2024 near 16th and Forest home. He died several days later. Today, the shooter learned his fate.
He was sweet, funny, humble, respectful, and full of life.
That was taken with the pull of a trigger.
It was an execution shot. That's what it was.
Christian Martin pulled the trigger.
Because your parents failed you. The lack of love and attention drove you to commit a heinous act.
Prosecutors said Martin was upset over a recent breakup with a girl who was with Lopez Correa that morning. She told police Martin followed the group to the bus stop and shot Lopez Correa. Martin ran off and was later arrested in Iowa. He was found guilty of...
This nigga killed the dude over a bitch at 15. Sounds about right. That doesn't make sense, right? Did any of these two fucking murders make sense? Did any of this shit make sense?
First-degree intentional homicide at trial in December.
Can't even offer up a feigned apology to the court. Not a letter to the court, not a damn thing.
He didn't speak at Thursday's sentencing.
Mr. Martin is not man enough. He's a coward and a child to even confront the person face to face.
Judge David Porowski points to the case as an example of extreme violence over petty arguments.
We have reached a point in this community where homicides are so run-of-the-mill. Children can be killed, and it barely warrants a news story. It doesn't warrant a comment from an elected official. There are monsters in this earth, and maybe you're one of them.
Martin shook his head.
You're not? You want to address the court? I'll give you a chance.
He didn't take the chance. Borowski sentenced him to life in prison, only eligible for extended supervision after 45 years. A sentence Lopez Correa's family says is as close to justice as they'll get.
We wanted more, but it's right. It ain't gonna bring him back, but it's right.
Now, the sentence means that Martin will be in his 60s when he becomes first eligible for release from prison on extended supervision. In Milwaukee, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.
All right, Bill, thank you for that.
Police believe they've terrorized Akron neighborhoods for years.
These are individuals that are violent individuals.
Suspected in dozens of crimes.
It's too much. Gun violence is destroying
people who look like me.
But now, after a multi-year investigation, 9 accused members of a gang called Down the Way have been indicted and arrested.
It's important, I mean, vitally important to our community to have this group held accountable at even higher level.
This is just the latest move in the city's ongoing battle against violence.
News 5's Bob Jones has covered the Akron area now for years. He takes an in-depth look at the crimes and their impact.
What's an 9mm looks like?
May 2020, body camera video shows Akron police respond after gunfire erupts between 2 groups of people, leaving 2 teens injured. It happened outside of a drive-thru on Lover's Lane, next to the muffler shop where Dom Epps works.
I remember the aftermath. There was cops everywhere the next day, you know what I mean? And we heard about it. It was dangerous at the time.
We had an AR-15 and the one had a 9.
Easter Day 2021, another gun battle plays out on Florida Avenue. Again, 2 teens were shot. They survived, but another neighborhood was left traumatized.
Houses have been struck, cars have been struck, people have been struck. People are just trying to live peacefully, live their day-to-day lives, raise their families, been victimized by this group.
Over the past 4 years, Akron police and prosecutors have been investigating multiple violent crimes, suspecting a gang called Down the Way, or DTW, was responsible for much of it. Elliot Kolkovich is the Summit County prosecutor.
What you see behind every one of these crimes are victims and scared community.
Akron's Gun Crime Intelligence Center, which opened last fall, dug deeper into the crimes, uncovered potentially incriminating text messages, along with social media posts showing people holding guns. They also test-fired multiple guns seized off the streets. The investigation led to these 9 men, indicted on felonies, accused in a pattern of crime, charged with participating in a criminal gang and conspiracy to participate in a criminal gang. Police say they're members of DTW.
I'm glad they cleaned up the neighborhood, whatever. If they got these guys off the street, cool. For more room for regular people.
Police tell me Down the Way gang members were involved in at least 36 gun-related crimes, and 42 guns were seized as part of the investigation. 7 of those guns were connected to shootings in the area that were previously unsolved, including that Lover's Lane shooting 6 years ago and the Florida Avenue shooting 5 years ago. The case also led to a murder charge against one of the suspects, Ronald Jones.
Somebody was just shot. Please, man, please. Please, man, please.
In April of last year, 35-year-old Aaron Pittman Sr. was shot to death inside a bar on Britton Road.
It was a tragedy to his family, to my son, to our families.
Shalimar Gatlin shares a child with Aaron and has been waiting for someone to be charged for the murder for nearly a year.
It needs to make some type of difference. It needs to make some type of impact, some type of statement that it was not okay, and it's not okay, and it's not going to be okay.
Deputy Chief David Laughlin believes the arrests will make Akron safer and that the suspected Down the Way gang members could be locked away.
I wonder what LeBron James got to say about this. This is his hometown. Does LeBron James have any comment about this? He always got something to say about white supremacy. You would never know that these were the people doing the crime in his town. You would never know that the people in LeBron James town that's doing all the fucking shit, this is what they look like. You would think it would have been a bunch of white people. The way LeBron James talk, you would never guess this is what the element in his town looked like. I never guessed. This what the dangerous people look like in LeBron James town. God damn. Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, they hunting us every day. No shit.
They all failed us. We got 2 innocent lives that's gone for no reason. Don't do nothing to nobody.
Family members still searching for answers as court documents provide new details in a deadly police shooting that followed the killing of 2 cousins. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, we're learning more about the lives lost in a North Minneapolis shooting Monday. Family tell us that 14-year-old Xavier Barnett and 23-year-old Kwame Stewart were killed by their own cousin. A search warrant spells out just how close that shooter came to claiming more lives. Court records confirm that the suspect left the scene of the crime, then started shooting at police. The search warrant application says Eddie Duncan fired a gun at officers, striking 2 squads when police arrived in Brooklyn Center. Police say officers returned fire, shooting and killing him. New at 10, our Uba Ali talked with the sister of the 2 shooting victims and explains why they say the justice system failed their family, Uba.
Yeah, Aaron, a very emotional interview. 2 brothers, loved and full of promise, gone. The family says this tragedy could have been prevented. They blame the justice system for allowing bail and their own relatives that paid it.
I wish I could just get one more phone call and them asking me like where I'm at.
One more conversation, one more chance. That's all Deasia Freeman wants.
Well, you know my brothers would give you their last.
Police say Monday, 14-year-old Xavier Barnett and 23-year-old Kwame Stewart were shot and killed.
Like, why? Like, why did you do this to my family?
The accused gunman, their cousin, Eddie Duncan.
We grew up with Eddie and nothing was never like wrong with Eddie. So like this just was unexpected, like to take 2 innocent family members.
Court records show Duncan was released on bail Monday despite a pending psychological evaluation.
So this is just a normal nigga. That nigga wasn't normal, man. That nigga was normal for Blackistan. That nigga was a gangster. This nigga was a gangbanger, man. This nigga was a gangbanger.
Evaluation. Freeman says Duncan's family saw the warning signs and still bailed him out.
If y'all knew that he wanted to harm you all, why go bail him out of jail?
The Hennepin County Attorney's Office says they noted Eddie Duncan was a public safety risk and asked for a high bail, much higher than a typical request. Do you feel like the justice system failed y'all?
Yes, they did. They all failed us. We got 2 innocent lives that's gone for no reason.
This family has already buried another brother to gun violence, and they'd never imagined facing this kind of loss again.
We didn't even grieve over my oldest brother yet. It did 2 more brothers that once happened.
But even in the heartbreak, it's the memories of the good days carrying them through.
These my happy brothers. Like, I just miss their smile.
According to a court license examiner, without a violent criminal history, they had no way to keep Duncan in jail. The BCA is now leading the fatal police shooting in Brooklyn Center, and that obviously continues.
That investigation. All right, we appreciate it, Uba. Thank you.
The following program discusses content that may be sensitive to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Every crime has a story behind it. These stories are told by the people who lived it. This is Victims' Voices with Nicole Johnson.
They all failed us.
Damn.
A number of bills were introduced at the State House today meant to prevent hate crimes. A bipartisan group of lawmakers says Ohio's laws are too lax against racial and ethnic discrimination and political.
Yeah. Niggas is trying to get hate crimes pushed through the local legislature. You talk about gaslighting. You talking about gaslighting? I mean, gaslighting like a motherfucker. Black people trying to get some hate crime bill passed in fucking Ohio. After that story we just did about Akron, Ohio. These niggas are crazy.
Number of bills were introduced at the State House today meant to prevent hate crimes. A bipartisan group of lawmakers says Ohio's laws are too lax against racial and ethnic discrimination and political violence.
Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trout explains how Republicans and Democrats have joined forces to finally put forward a hate crime law.
Look, as a black man in America, I've been called the N-word a lot of my life.
Federal data shows that hate crimes are increasing.
More now that I'm a politician that's black as a Republican than I've ever been in my life.
Toledo area Republican Josh Williams and a bipartisan group of legislators have introduced a bill that would prohibit hate crimes and allow victims to file lawsuits in civil court.
House Bill 306 fundamentally is about closing loopholes which hateful individuals use to terrorize our communities based off their perceived identities.
Current Ohio law doesn't have a hate crime statute, but its ethnic intimidation law elevates a crime like menacing from a misdemeanor to a felony if the suspect targets someone based on their race, color, religion, or national origin. His bill adds age, disability status, and sex, which could protect sexual orientation, to the list of protected classes. But Beechwood Democrat Eric Sonnenberg questioned this.
Why are we clearly considering every other group or identity, including our political identities now, but not gender expression, gender identity?
I don't believe someone that can change something about themselves on a whim on a daily basis is constitutionally protected.
What was included was the person's political affiliation. Last week, a man pleaded guilty after an incident with Congressman Max Miller. Attorney General Dave Yost received a bullet in the mail, and a man tried to break into Vice President J.D. Vance's home. Last summer, the State House increased security. House Minority Leader Donnie Isaacson is pushing for additional protections, but is frustrated by the timing.
Sometimes politicians are only empathetic or sympathetic when it affects them. Right, we've seen it on issue after issue.
Central Ohio Republican Brian Stewart questioned the bill, saying he doesn't understand why motive is important in a violent crime.
Why do we care? The offense is the same. Why should the penalty be any different?
Williams says that hate crimes have gone unaddressed by his party.
There hasn't been someone on our side of the caucus that has been in that community that had violence perpetrated against them because of the color of their skin. And luckily, I actually represent that community now and can tell you I've seen it.
The lawmakers say that this bill protects free speech. People can only be charged if they make a direct threat, act recklessly, and have the apparent ability to carry out violence. At the Ohio State House, I'm Morgan Trout reporting.
And back to our top story, a meeting tonight in Bucks County just days after a violent confrontation between Quakertown students and police. And Shawnette, a lot of finger pointing tonight.
Yeah, Sheba, the school board president says that students in the days before the protest reported receiving threats. And then the district said it received a threat, so it canceled that protest. Tonight, many pointed fingers at the district, claiming it didn't have a plan in place for students to safely protest.
While the incident left me and many others concerned and disappointed, my hope is that we come here tonight and look for ways to reestablish our shared sense of community.
Students and community members packed this altered school board meeting tonight to voice concerns about the walkout last Friday that led to a clash with Quakertown police.
We got to look for the root cause of what happened.
all the way back to the beginning.
They discuss what many called a breakdown in leadership when a planned student walkout in protest of ICE was canceled by district officials who say they received a threat and students still walked out.
Common sense tells us that if the threats were believable, why not have the protest on the property? Why cancel it?
The threat that was given was that a gun was going to be present at the walkout. None of y'all know that, but I do. I want the meeting, I want that canceled.
This video shows a physical altercation with Quakertown police, which led to some Quakertown high school students being arrested. Students say the police chief specifically was not in uniform, so they did not recognize him as law enforcement. Some spoke in support of law enforcement.
I support our police. I support our Constitution, okay? Freedom of the speech is not freedom from consequence. If you want to protest, if you want your voices to be heard, do it without violating laws, breaking policy, causing problems, blocking traffic, blocking sidewalks, assaulting each other or assaulting the police.
Most blamed the district.
Other districts facing similar situations like Pennsbury and Neshaminy provided on-campus alternatives so students could express themselves safely while remaining under supervision. We left them to navigate it on their own.
To the point that they were attacked by unidentified law enforcement was less than a half hour. I am disgusted by the egregious failures of this school district.
The board president says a week before they met with student organizers to discuss their plans and alternate ways to protest that wouldn't disrupt the school day. And after the threat was received, made them aware of canceling.
This was in no way an attempt to silence students. Instead, we were adhering to our primary responsibility to prioritize the safety of all students and staff members.
And the district also says that it could not legally stop students from walking out, but say they did put security in place. Sheba, on the other side of that, there were some parents tonight who were saying that the district should have gotten their permission for these kids to participate in the protest since they are minors, meaning get the parents.
These kids ain't protesting ICE. These kids is using this as a reason to get the fuck out of class and not have to go to class. Let's be honest, man. These kids don't give a fuck about ICE. These kids don't give a fuck about ICE. They getting out of class. These kids is getting out of class. Let's be honest, man. Shout out to my man, Eric S. He said, awkward, terrified to go on the jog of LeBron James. Hell yeah. I'll be talking about hate crimes and shit. Man, it's a hate crime, man. I need protection, man. Fuck that. Niggas is dangerous, man. Niggas are dangerous, bro. Let's see some TikTok, man. I mean, what do you call it? Not TikTok. TikTok. Let's see some Instagram, IG.
Yes, sir. You will feel it like you want to die, but you will not die. Exactly. Yes, sir. Right there already.
This right here, this is my wife right here. See what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, this is what I do. That's what I like. He came in here want to act like he was all hard and manly. You come in here acting hard, you gonna see how hard you is. This right here, this is my wife right here. See what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, this is what I do. That's what I like. He came in here want to act like he was all hard and manly. You come in here acting hard, you gonna see how hard you is. This right here, this is my wife right here. See what I'm saying?
He said he came in here all hard and manly. We gonna see if you are.
This is what I do. That's what I like. He came in here want to act like he was all hard and manly. You come in here acting hard, you gonna see how hard you is.
Shit.
Yeah. Fuck up again. Rap. Keep playing. Go back shit. Come on, bitch. Rap. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck up again. Rap. Keep playing. Go back shit. Come on, bitch. Rap. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck up again. Rap. Keep playing. Go back shit.
It's Mardi Gras.
Sando, you want to go in timeout? Throw it to me. Say you love this shit. Yeah. What set you bang, son? What set you bang, son? You don't know? Can't be G-Shine. Man, might be. Be Pyru or something. You don't know about that stuff? Throw it up again. Yeah. Say I'm the biggest. Say Mellow the biggest.
Mellow the biggest.
Say it. Mellow the biggest.
Mellow the biggest.
Say Mellow the biggest.
Mellow the biggest.
Mellow the biggest.
Mellow the biggest.
Mellow the biggest. So.
Mellow the biggest.
Where? Sando.
These niggas in prison, man. They predators, man. Niggas in prison. Niggas in prison. And that nigga come out of jail whining about racism after he doing the white boy like that in prison.
Yo, you're not about to use me like this. Then record it. You know your family see that online, you can never be great again. At nothing. They using you like that. I know they using you for something, man. I don't get jail. I ain't never been, so I don't know how it go. I know
they be doing them white boys dirty in prison, man. Now I see why the Aryan Brotherhood goes so hard. Because if they don't go hard, then they gonna get fucked up. Aryan Nation don't play. They like, fuck it. We ain't giving these niggas no ideas. Press 1. Aryan Nation said, we not letting these niggas get no ideas.
he a little ass dude. But it's gonna be a lot of stabbed up motherfuckers up in there if you think that that's how that's going. You're gonna keep me in the hole. I guess I'm going crazy. Because I'm not going. My nigga sat there listening to got pumped up like he was going in a game and went over there and picked this nigga up like that. This shit gotta stop.
Yo, these niggas be doing the white boys dirty, man.
Where you from, Cash? You don't bang, Cash? Don't lie to me, my nigga. You look real familiar, Cash. Where your people stay at, my nigga? Take your shirt off, cuz. Let me see if you got any ink on you, my nigga. Your pants, too, cuz. I ain't no dummy. You might have a thigh tat. You from out of town, cuz? I heard that line before, my nigga. Vegas, huh, cuz? Well, do me a favor, cuz. Call your mama up, cuz. Yes, ma'am. All right, you have a good one. Okay, talk to you later. Your mama's story check out, cuz, but I don't believe it, cuz. I should still fire on you, my nigga. Where you from, cuz? You don't bang, Cash? Don't lie to me, my nigga. You look real familiar, Cash. Where your people stay at, my nigga? Take your shirt off, cuz. Let me see if you got any ink on you, my nigga. Your pants, too, cuz. I ain't no dummy. You might have a thigh tat. You from out of town.
I keep telling you niggas, I run this motherfucker. I'm from DC, nigga. Fuck is y'all talking about? Soft ass more chestnut. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Fuck you in here for? Don't even say shit. Look at this fake ass gangster. Fuck is you from, Holmes? Little Rock. What the fuck is that? Bitch ass nigga. Fuck you playing Roblox? Look at this little soft ass. You soft as shit. Fake ass pretty boy. Don't say shit. Man, I ain't gonna lie about y'all got niggas straight fuck up. Hey man, let me get that bathroom right quick. Bathroom, bro. Stop the fuck you doing, Holmes. Ain't no fucking bathroom in there, nigga. I told your bitch ass that. If anybody using the bathroom, be me, nigga. Fuck Tom up, nigga. Better hold that shit. 1,000 push-ups, nigga. Come on. Come the fuck on. 1,000, bitch ass nigga. I can't do no thing. Do 1,000 fucking push-ups, nigga. Fucking call on, huh? Keep on playing this shit. Get your bitch ass up. Fuck you talking about, nigga? On D-block, nigga. I keep telling you niggas, I run this motherfucker. I'm from D.
Oh, God.
The suspect is 26-year-old Michael Terry of Midtown Atlanta, a man with an extensive police record. Terry arrested on Wednesday without incident on his job at this Lithonia tire shop. Atlanta homicide detectives say Terry has confessed to killing these 6 men aged 19 through 32. Richard Williams, Curtis Brown, Alvin George, Jason McCauley, George Willingham, and Darrell Williams. The 6 murdered from last December through October of this year.
They're street hustlers. They appear to hang in areas where gays are normally found, and they appear to do things for money. He would position himself on the city street, and he would wait for somebody to come along and make an offer to him.
The murders were committed in 2 general areas of Atlanta, the Boulevard section near Georgia Baptist Hospital and the intersection of Ashby Street and MLK, both known cruising areas for male prostitutes. According to police, the murder victims were either stabbed in the neck or shot in the back of the head. 2 of the victims stabbed and shot. All 6 murdered after allegedly having sexual encounters with Terry. The murders taking place in alleyways, abandoned houses, or in vacant lots. Police say all 6 victims were found nude from the waist down.
We have 3 weapons being used, and through the process of elimination and some good police investigative techniques, we were able to take all 6 and see a pattern.
But Mrs. Ella Willingham and family can't understand how 30-year-old murder victim George Willingham fits that pattern. Willingham found shot and stabbed last September behind a Midtown apartment building.
He worked every day and he had a girlfriend. I don't feel like he would have did anything like that for money. That's how I'm feeling about it. I don't think he was that type of person. If it had been a woman, possibly, yes. But with another man, no.
At this point, police say Michael Terry is not linked to any other unsolved gay-related murders. Next week, Atlanta police and Fulton County District Attorney Louis Slayton seek to formally charge Michael Terry with 6 counts of murder. Bob Serkin, Channel 2 Action News at Atlanta Police Homicide. The suspect is 26-year-old Mike.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Salute to Erika, man. He says, how these sons always crying about the justice system, but how they vote is mind-blowing. Yeah, how they treat people is mind-blowing. Fuck how they vote. Them niggas will treat you like a slave quick. Niggas will treat you like a slave quick. Nigga treat you like a slave quickly. Okay? Quickly. Instantly.
Mississippi in the early 1900s was a land of opportunity for Chinese. There was a wide gap between the white and black populations, a gap within which the Chinese could establish themselves as storekeepers. And that was a long step up from the back-breaking labor of a Chinese laundry. But no one said that life here would be easy.
You work for 12 to 14 hours a day. Often many times we get up early in the morning, up around 4 or 5 o'clock to catch the early morning. Cotton chopping, time, the people go to field work. If you don't catch that early business, then you missed the good part of that business.
They preached the American dream, that hard work would produce good results. Next, we'll see how that lesson was learned by the new generation.
When I think about how the Chinese came and just settled in the Delta from Memphis to Vicksburg, I mean, just look at it. It really filled a particular need because nobody else wanted to do it.
When you were old enough to be able to see over the counter, many of us started working in the store. It was just expected of us.
Living and working alongside our mom and dad was 7 days a week, morning until night. I mean, even Christmas Day. They open 365 days a year.
Chinese were not allowed to own property, so they lived in the back of their stores.
We didn't know anything else, so we thought it was kind of fun. But, you know, as we went to school and realized people had homes, we thought, well, that's different.
But even though they've been here for so long, the Delta Chinese are still often seen as outsiders.
Some dear little lady said, honey, she says, are you ornamental? And I didn't quite know how to answer her. And I said, sometimes.
It happens to me all the time. You know, like, how long you been here? Or who taught you English? Because we're always foreigners?
I mean, that's a great question. I think about that myself all the time. Are we always foreigners?
Because of our appearance. Because of our appearance, we just look like we just got here. I mean, we don't look like American people.
The Despite these interactions, for the Chinese community here, the Delta will always be home.
Audrey, why do you love it out here?
It's so peaceful. I'll turn my cell phone off, and so I'll just fish. And nobody's calling me. It's just solitude, enjoying God's creation.
Mississippi in the early 1900s was a land of opportunity for Chinese. There was a wide gap between the white and black populations, a gap within which the Chinese could establish themselves as storekeepers. And that was a long step up from the back-breaking labor of a Chinese laundry. But no one said that life here would be easy.
You work for 12 to 14 hours a day. Often many times we get up early in the morning, about around 4 or 5 o'clock to catch the early morning. Cotton chopping, time, the people go to field work. If you don't catch that early business, then you missed the good part of that business.
They preached the American dream, that hard work would produce good results. Next, we'll see how that lesson was learned by the new generation.
When I think about how the Chinese came and just settled in the Delta from Memphis to Vicksburg, I mean,
what the fuck? Chinese in fucking Mississippi? Holy shit. Goes to show you never can tell. C'est la vie, said the old folks. Go to show you never can tell. Chinese in Mississippi. Jeez. On that note, man, great show, man. Great show, man. Great show. I got one more for you. Man. I got one more for you, man. I got one more for you, man.
Oh! Great job. Well, I made it. Well, if you want to come out and have a good... Here we go. Oh! Great job. Well, I made it. Well, if you want to come out and have a good... Here we go. Oh! Great job. Well, I made it. Well, if you want to come out and have a good... Here we go. Oh! Great job.
Oh my God. Holy moly. Holy moly. Same black time, same black channel. Out of here. Subscribe.